My name is Corey, and my question is a two-part question. So the question is, do you think that a man will respect you if you have sex on the first date? Part one.
Okay, before let's not just roll through that one. Yes, I do think that there are some men that would respect you for being honest about what you want and being comfortable in your skin. Now, the question is, does he take you seriously?
Welcome back to my channel, guys.
So
if this is your first time of seeing my channel, please do well to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this.
Vetting process. Because it don't matter how much synergy or chemistry we had that first night to put you in a space where you wanted to do that. It's still so much you just don't know about me. It's still so much it's going to take months, if not years, to really understand if I'm in a position to be able to hold your heart. Unless you just want to have casual sex and that's what it is, cool. But it sounds like there's some intention behind your question. Like this will be a woman in a position to want more. And yeah, as a man, I would have respect for you, but I probably wouldn't be looking for much more from you than that. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, let me tell you where I disagree. Some of my longest relationships happened after fucking on the first date.
You're not with him.
And yeah,
You're not with him.
Pop, 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 pop. But what I'm saying is, I think sometimes my opinion, sometimes the vibing so right, and no, how you gonna tell me about my life? What the fuck are you talking about? So you ain't never had sex on the first day?
Talk that shit. Talk that shit.
I think.
Talk that shit. Facts.
All right, I believe you. I believe you. Shit, I believe you. All right. And never. Man, I think people be lying. Okay, one more question before we go forward. Are we talking about, what if we were texting and FaceTiming and doing that for a couple weeks before the first date? Does that matter?
It ain't enough.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you saying, all right, I slid in her DMs and we had conversational connection for the course of 3 to 5 months, and then she got on the plane and our first time in person, we slept together. Absolutely. A lot of times y'all get 3 dates, 2 of them be activities where y'all don't even communicate with each other, but on the third one you give them some because it's been a month and you'll probably only have 45 minutes of conversation for real. You don't even know his nigga blood type, but you want his DNA up in you. I think as far as like his judgment of you, it really depends on what else is in that sauce, you know? Because
that sauce.
When I come in here, I'm coming into your kitchen now. If the sex is all you think you got and you think that's your hook to keep these niggas around, I believe you're highly mistaken. But if I get sex from a woman of God, a woman of value, a woman of understanding, and we just so happen to hit it off to that point, that's great, because believe it or not, it's so hard for you to find, like, once you really tapped in to yourself, it's so hard for you to find somebody that you really want to lay down with. You know what I'm saying? So if I can get that connection, this might be the start of an amazing experience. And let's just not say, to give Ace some bell, like, I don't feel like, on what?
So you agree first date is cool? Come here, no girl, come here. You since you want to be involved, hold on. All right, hold on.
I know people that know people for years. They get together and their marriages don't last. Who wrote the time frame on this?
Exactly.
The time. You got something, Kara? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think this is one of those things where we have to understand that when it comes to intimate topics like sexuality, relationships, we can't really generalize the advice because everybody's situation is custom made. Because where one man may not respect you for something, another man may not care. It's just up to the individual man to decide what he chooses to invest his time and energy in. Like Ace said, there could be one man who sleep with a woman on the first date and they could be married. And then there could be a man who sleep with a woman after courting her for months, wasting her time, and then go away. So it's a custom-made situation. I don't want it to be like, do men respect women that sleep on the first date? Because all men are not the same. So when we have those type of conversations, we have to make sure that you asking what man you asking that question to.
I think more important than that is, do you respect yourself after having sex on the first date? I am not judging my decision making based on how someone else feels about the decision that I made. If I'm confident in the decision that I've made, then cool. So I'll tell you, for me, I wouldn't recommend it. But again, it's not about whether or not someone will respect me. It's about, do you respect yourself, and have you made a decision that you are confident with moving forward?
I agree. Now, what's your second question?
So the second part to that question was, do you think that they will have trust issues with you if a relationship is established after that?
Y'all are overcomplicating this situation. Let me tell you why I think it's overcomplicating. One is because that man that you got, that got to sleep with you, or however you want to phrase it, on the first day, he's now attributing that to his own, like, I'm that nigga-dom. All right. So he's like, it's because I was that dope. So I don't think he's looking at you like, oh, she's sleeping around with everybody. He's like, man, I'm the person that was able to unlock that based off of the chemistry we had. So for me, as long as you're open and honest and you both are vibing, because at the end of the day, he gave you his body as well. You both.
They don't see it that way, Ace.
Who is they?
They don't.
Who
see
is
it that
they?
way, right?
Yes. Who is they?
So we just said that
them?
all men and all women are not the same. They don't see everything the same, right? We're not a monolith. So
who's them?
I absolutely do believe there will be plenty of gentlemen that will say, "Oh, if she gave me this access so easily, she must give it to everybody."
I ain't never. Hold on. In fairness, hold on. Let me say this. In fairness. Hold on.
You should have wrote a question down.
I can only, Mike, I can only speak for the group chats that I've been a part of. Not no more lately because we are all grown fucking men. But back in the day, I'm talking about the group chats. I've never had a guy that didn't already have a preconceived notion. So either he was dating you because he thought you was easy. Now that's different. He dating you because he heard about your reputation. That's different. But I've never had a guy come to me that seriously liked a woman, took her out, and had sex on the first date, and been like, shit, I liked her until she let me hit.
I know mad niggas that done said that. You bugging the fuck out.
What is you talking about?
Bugging out. I know mad niggas that done said that.
Hold on. So you telling me like,
listen, every woman that I go after, I'm excited about life with that woman. And second of all, I don't associate the sex that we have with the judgment of her character in total. But for three, if I'm able to unlock that, I'm not gonna feel no different because I already wanted you. And what I wanted from you, if it was the sex I'ma slide, is your fault. But I'm trying to build here. So I don't see a world where I would judge you like SZA. I love SZA. You think I'm going to hit Ace on the phone like, yo, man, I really did dig SZA, but the first time we linked, you know what I'm saying, I didn't get, I got to, am I going to stop talking to her? Hell no. Hell no. But if I wasn't really checking for you and you didn't really have much to offer, but you wanted to throw me something on a Thursday, I'm going to throw this shit back, but then I'm going to throw you in the trash. All right. And that's just how it be like that. Right. You got to trust the essence of your own motion.
We got to get her a mic. Docs.
Yeah. The only thing I would add is vibes ain't enough, bro. Like us having a good time and the vibes being good, like I said, it's too much that go into that exchange. It's not just some bodily shit. If I'm gonna have sex with you, now I'm downloading your karma, your trauma, your abuse. That's too much. That's too big of a decision to make because we had a good time on a fucking date, my nigga. And we talk. And your question was about men. Our respect for y'all. I feel like men got to start to have more respect for ourselves. We got to be more bougie with our dick. At a certain point, I got to the point where it's like, you know what? I've done so much work and this healing shit that I can't afford to just share this shit because you cute, you beautiful, we vibe. I became the bad bitch. You gotta earn this shit for real. And a date ain't gonna do that shit, my nigga.
All right, I want to clarify her question. Her question was, after the sex has already been had. Yeah. I'm answering the question as presented. The question is, we both had sex on the first night with each other. You're saying we shouldn't have had it.
I'm saying if I'm feeling her like that and she wanted to go there, I would stop it. I would stop.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart, Uncle Doc.
Thank you for your question. Thank you
I'm
for your
feeling
question.
her like that.
Thank you. Question 2. Thank you for your question. Now, question 2, can you come to the mic? Now, I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying I'm answering her direct question. And the direct question is, we both just had sex on the first day. Afterwards, do I lose respect for that woman? I don't, because I agreed to do the same thing she agreed to. So, like, with that being said, I'm not going to lose respect, just like I hope she wouldn't lose respect for me. Oh, hey. All right. Let's go to the next question.
Get him, dog.
Gotta get the auntie.
Get him, dog.
All right. Everybody look to your left and your right. Everybody look to your left and your right. Say shh. Shh. Okay, how about this? After the show, me and you will have a conversation. All right. You just gotta let me finish this next 30 minutes, okay? Okay, I got you. All right, what's your name? What's your question?
Hi, I'm Chayla, and my question is, can there be a balance for women to still feel confident if she's the breadwinner, and can a man still feel masculine?
I'm assuming that's for the ladies first.
So, as someone who, there's been times where I've made like $40,000 months or $60,000 days, just being successful in my career. And I never let that go to my head because I realized that that's not the normal income. And I never define my worth or my value or my influence based upon how much money I make. I think that if men also take that strategy and not define their masculinity as how much they can financially provide, then they won't even look at those things when it comes to their relationship. So you can still submit to your man if you're the breadwinner. You can still allow him to be a man because his manhood is not tied to how much money he make. Your femininity is not tied to how much food you cook, right? Your femininity is not tied to how much you do the laundry. All of these things that is the old world traditional things that are supposed to be the values of what defines femininity and masculinity. Byproducts. It's 2025, love.
Right.
I feel like that's work that we have to do on ourselves to not emasculate men. And for men to have the confidence in themselves to not feel emasculated if their woman is the breadwinner. Because if a man feels like his only value is tied to if he is the breadwinner, ain't enough humility you can have. He's going to want to humble you and make you feel small for out earning him because he feels like the power dynamics are off. So you need to make sure that you're with a man that does not tie his value to his money. That's the bigger question here. To make sure that you're with a man that knows his character outweighs the coin every time. Because if you're with a man that feels like he needs to bring you down if you make more, you'll never know peace.
You also need to make sure that because it's not just that, you need to make sure that you reassure him and reaffirm him that it's not just his money. And that's not the only valuable aspect that he has. And unfortunately, in today's time, that's what women tend to do. A lot of women, not all women, but they use their accolades and their degrees and the things that they have and the materialistic things and stuff like that. And they put this side by side with the man, and it makes him feel like the only measure of his value is his finances. And so when we as women, because I can speak that I have multiple businesses, my husband has multiple businesses, but on paper, you'll see that I do make substantially a lot more. However, we're married, so that's all ours. But I would never bring that conversation up. I would never throw it in his face. We don't even have conversations like that because we don't look at those things. And I'm not going to emasculate my husband because of some finances and some paper that God can take away in a heartbeat. One big thing that I know for a fact, as I was saying yesterday, one great thing that I know, I'm a firm believer in marriage, but I'm a firm believer in equality as well. And I like to make sure that my space with my husband is an equal shared space and that I honor him. And so that's one big thing I asked God the other day, how can I love my husband better? So it was certain conversations and topics that God was like, you got to stop talking about that. You got to pull that back, because I didn't even realize that it was other things just outside of those in ways that I was